Review. This was all straight out of the notes. You know the four kinds of statements, A, E, I, and O statements. The statement, some Americans are not fishmongers, is C. And O statement. Some are not, we call O statements. That's simply the way we designate those. Now for the next few questions, I should say for the rest of the questions, consider the following syllogism. All obsessive coffee drinkers. We'll just go C for obsessive coffee drinkers are at risk of stained teeth. No person who is Susie St. Pierre is a person who is at risk of stained teeth. Therefore, no person who is Susie St. Pierre is a person who is an obsessive coffee drinker. Now, I didn't ask this question. Is this in standard form? And this is review. Now, the answer is yes. I wouldn't have done otherwise to you at this point. At some point, I might give you one that's not in standard form. That's a threat and a promise. But of course, not just yet. I wasn't going to pull that kind of trick question on you. I put it in standard form already. How did you know it was in standard form? Any takers? Any takers? Because I know there's more than one of you who does know. Here.
The major term is the predicate of conclusion, and the minor term is the subject.
Yeah. The major term is the conclusion, is a predicate of the conclusion. It's found in the first premise. This is the minor term. This is just review here. And remember, if it's in standard form, the major term is supposed to come in the first premise, minor term is supposed to come in the second premise. Now, what's the other term called that I didn't yet mention?
Middle.
Yeah, the middle term, in this case, is both of the predicates. The middle term here was at risk of stained teeth. The middle term is found in each of the premises, not found in the conclusion. So the answer to this one was B, at risk of stained teeth. The mood of this argument was what? A, louder, A, E, E. Because these, no S or R is an E statement, no S or C is an E statement. That's just a matter of, remembering what those four kind of statements are, and remembering that the mood is designated by the three letters. Now, the figure. Now, of course, this was just thrown in there to make sure that you remembered that figures are designated by numbers. Those you had to memorize. This was figure what?
2.
This was figure 2. Figure 2 is when it's the predicate of both premises. Figure 3 is if the middle term were the subject of both. Figure 1 is if it were here and here. Figure 4 would be if it was here and here. That's just a memorization thing. Now the major term in the above argument is obsessive coffee drinkers. So that was D. This was here just to keep you honest and to make sure that you have this kind of stuff down pat. If you have this stuff down pat, the rest of it will be what? I won't say it will be easy, but it will be certainly easier if you have this stuff down pat. There will be relatively easy questions like this on the first examination. And technically, you really have to know this basic stuff in order to get to the next step anyway. And that's the ability to do the analysis for validity. Next, I want to look at the homework for last night. Now keep in mind, folks, we already did I showed you a demonstration of one Venn diagram so far. One Venn diagram. And that was one that was a triple A1 syllogism. So technically, given the knowledge I gave you so far, you would have been capable of diagramming this one. And I couldn't have given you any more challenging than this one yet. That would have been royally unfair because I didn't ask you to go ahead and watch my videos. I didn't go over E, I, and O statements yet in Venn diagrams. We'll be doing that today. But I did want to run through this. Can we do this one first? And then we'll go back and do this one. So state the mood and the figure of the categorical syllogism. Next, use the Venn diagramming method to determine whether it's valid or invalid. For your homework, I was just asking for a fair, decent, and honest effort on this part. Let's run through it. It says, all real gentlemen, do it this way. We'll just do G for all real gentlemen, are persons who can tie a bow tie. All real gentlemen are cultured, or are persons who are cultured. Therefore, all persons who can tie a bow tie are persons who are cultured. Now, technically, folks, this was not already in what? Thank you. Yeah, Kapitsky's got it right. This one's not in standard form. To put it in standard form, you'd have to turn these two around because this one right here, that one right there is the major, so that one should come first. Now, does our turning this around change the mood? No, it's still an AAA. Oddly enough, does it change what you would have called the figure if you didn't switch it into standard form? Yeah. In this case, it doesn't, because it would have been figure 3 whether you put it in standard form or not. So this was an AAA3. Now, how would you go about diagramming this? And I wish I had brought a colored marker with me. Do you guys mind if I go get one? I'll be real fast, because this might help out.